Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Leah Fireheart. This is the Fire Kitchen. We had actual fire this morning on purpose, flambéed, not an accident. So we'll get to that in a little bit. I have that saved for you guys. Um, so you can see what we did this morning. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate. And happy Monday to everyone else. It's really good to see all of you. So let us say hello very quickly to Brigitte. Hi, hype to you too. Andy B. Congratulations on arriving first. I almost said Dr. Andy. I have Dr. Andy on the brain. I was watching Dr. Andy this morning, and this is Dr. Andy Set the Menu stream. So that's, but it's a different Andy entirely. Congratulations on arriving first. I hope your Christmas is going well thus far. Mom, hello, good morning, and Merry Christmas. Thank you. Grog says Merry Chestermas. Yes, Merry Chestermas too. If you still haven't submitted your Chester Claus, if you still need to know what gift Chester Claus is bringing you, we can still do that. I don't know how long we'll keep that. Maybe through the 12 days of Christmas, maybe through the 6th. I don't know. We'll see. Gareki, hi. It's so nice to have you in chat. It's so nice to have you in a closer time zone in general. But thank you for the resubscription. I hope you continue to enjoy your ad-free viewing and your emotes. Jane, Merry Christmas. Hello. Otherwise, Chester Claus will keep them for himself. Yes, particularly the koosh balls. Oh my God, you guys, hold on. Wait, hold on. I went over to Corey's house yesterday, and Xantos and Belle, who are also residents of House 6 Cats, although I think it's House 7 Cats now. I don't think it's House 6 Cats. I think Millie has finally been declared a foster fail.
Fruit or dessert.
Dr. Andy, thank you for the raid. Xantos, we were just talking about you. Sunny, hi. Kaylee, hi. Super Liz, hi. Doc, hi. Jim, hi. House 6 plus cats. There we go. I like it. We just went over there yesterday and we got kooshes. We're so excited. One for me and one for Grog. We haven't taken the thing off yet.
Stick with me and you'll never go hungry again.
Belle, thank you for that resubscription, my friend. Thank you. Queeks, hello, welcome to here. I remember kooshes. Yeah, so we were just talking about this the other day because Chester Claus decided to bring a koosh to someone.
Cupcake.
Alice, hi, thank you, hi, hello. And so Xantos went out and like bought a pack of them basically, like, or went like on him, I don't know, whatever, went somewhere and bought a whole pack of them. I didn't realize that we would be the beneficiaries of one of these lovely little nostalgic items. They smell just like I remember. Koosh wars coming. We had serious koosh wars. We did. My parents, when growing up, had a platform bed. And there wasn't really anything significant on either side, like breakable objects. It's a bedroom.
Stick with me and you'll never go hungry again.
Mom, thank you for that resubscription. Oh, on Amazon, I see. Here for all of it. Hi, how are you? Yeah, so my brother and I used to pelt each other with koosh balls. And that was before we had a dog, so that it was relatively safer. I don't know what Chester would think of the koosh. He's not typically attracted to balls. Phrasing. But he might be intrigued. I mean, hell, he was intrigued by rechargeable batteries. So that's a thing.
I'll have what she's having.
Can't even read that.
Attracted
That's
to
Dr.
bouldering.
Thank you for the bits. Thank you for kicking off a hype train. Everything is way too exciting already this morning. We've had a bunch of resubscriptions and bits and now a hype train and a raid, and I haven't even finished my introduction, although I got through almost all of it. Almost before you raided. Thank you for the raid, by the way. By the way, if you don't know me, I'm Leah Fireheart. I think most of you do. I don't always wear Christmas pajamas to stream, but today I did. So here you are. Here I am. And he'll be intrigued until he finds out he can't eat it. I guess he did his level best with that battery though. Right. Right. I'm Leah Fireheart. That's me. That's who I am. Hi. Hello. Hi. I do mostly cooking here on this channel. But sometimes I play games. Right now we're playing Hades, although I haven't in weeks, but we are doing that. We might even do that tomorrow. I don't know. So that's what we do here. If you are not actually, could we? Oh wait, hold on. I can do this myself. I have a button. Look, let's push the button. If you are not already following Dr. Andy 23, Doc is one of my dearest friends and a moderator here in this channel. So he's like the adult in the room, which is sort of fun. Um, Grog has been automated out of a job. Yes, I have self checkouted my not I don't know, whatever. But yes, so Doc was playing Star Wars: The Old Republic this morning, as he does every morning, starting at about 9:30 Eastern time, and then is live again tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern time with something else. I'm not entirely sure what. I'm not entirely sure what is going to be happening tomorrow. I never really know what's going to happen on a Tuesday, but that will happen on Tuesday. And then again on Thursday, and then again on Saturday, because Doc's live a lot because this is his job. So yeah, so it'll oh, tomorrow is this right. Okay. Wow, that requires an entirely different sort of introduction, doesn't it? So tomorrow is a little bit of a special event. Even before, I think barely before, but even before I became a member of the community over there at CFJ, Dr. Andy 23 and a few friends read out also King Hi, before I forget to say hi and Merry Christmas, hello. Read out some fanfic based on Sonic the Hedgehog called Sonic High School. And tomorrow at 7 o'clock, they're going to relive that experience. If you've been around there for a while, you may have seen some clips in various raid videos from that endeavor. um, and it's all going to be extremely amusing. Santos, thank you for those gift subs to Breath, Skull Dandy, Snow, Lysanth, and Al. That's a very good list. That's a Santos-worthy list. Thank you. Yes, his face became a salad of anger, the devil, and lava. And that's not even the full extent of it. But Santos, thank you. Thank you for giving those subs. I appreciate it. That's lovely of you. Yes, we have hype trained again. Right. So, it just is now I finished pulling our food. The train must flow. What are you eating? What's for food? I assume this is like lunch food. It's like noon, right? I didn't actually think about that. We had too much sugar for breakfast.
I'll have what she's having.
Belle, thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. Gluten-free nugs. Heck yeah, that does sound like a good Christmas lunch. Sunny says we love a good hype train. Also, hi, Sunny. I don't know if did I say hi? Did I say hi? I meant to say hi. Right, you guys. Okay, so before we get too deep into whatever weeds we're gonna get into today, okay, right. So in some video game or another, Dr. Andy ran across a mention of gingerbread ham and immediately came in the next day or whenever it was, the next time I was streaming, and redeemed Set the Menu, which you can also do. Anybody who has 20,000 channel points can redeem Set the Menu, make me cook whatever you want me to cook. Within reason, obviously. If there's any like dairy or shrimp in it, I'm not going to make it because, you know, we can't eat that. And I'm not going to make anything that we can't eat. But generally speaking, we can come to some kind of arrangement, assuming that you are willing to let me interpret your suggestion. So we can manage almost anything. No beans on toast. No beans on toast. I did say hi. Just kidding. Okay, good. I'm glad I said hi. There were a lot of people all at once, and so I don't want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. So no. Well, you know, okay, so Dr. Andy says redeem set the menu fugu. You still have one more outstanding set the menu. So we still have to do a different kind of seafood, which is fine. But if you're willing to let me interpret so that it doesn't involve actual things that could poison us, I might be willing to enact some kind of creative interpretation of that. Yes, lobster thermidor, Lego lobster with Lego Batman. Yes, lobster thermidor with Lego Batman. Precisely. You remember. I'm glad. I also remember. Ash says, how come you're always such a fussy young man? Don't want no Captain Crunch, don't want no Raisin Bran. Well, don't you know there's starving kids in Japan, so eat it. Just eat it. Weird Leah. Probably. Grog says lobster thermidor au crevette with Mornay sauce with a fried egg on top and Spam. Dr. Andy does not like Spam. You know what Dr. Andy likes, though, apparently? Ham. And that is what we're making today. Gingerbread ham, specifically. What did that mean? I don't know, but neither did he. So I went out and I found a recipe for bourbon ginger snap encrusted ham. So that's what we're making. Also, our friend Carl Core sent me a recipe for potatoes that looked frankly delicious, but also like not what I wanted today. So I went to the purveyor of such recipe, Poppy Cooks, who's this lovely British woman in her, I don't know, late 20s, maybe early 30s, who takes a lot of shit on the internet for liking potatoes and basically takes her potatoes and I'm, you know what, I'm not even going to finish that sentence. She doesn't put up with any BS from internet commenters. Let me put it that way. She's very delightful. And so I did pick another one of her recipes. So we're going to do some potatoes and we're going to do caramelized balsamic glazed Brussels sprouts because that's what Grog asked for. We have made those before on this channel before. We made them for Thanksgiving one year. You guys, thank you for the hype train. Thank you. I appreciate that. We completed a level 2 hype train and have a level 2 hype train emote, which is extremely exciting. Because there are, in fact, I should have probably mentioned this when the hype train was still going, but you know, whatever. There are new hype train emotes. So periodically, and I honestly think the last ones were like a year and a half or 2 years ago. It was so friggin' long ago. But there are finally new hype train emotes that Twitch will give out if you participate in a hype train. So whether it's in my channel or someone else's, if you want the new hype train emotes, which apparently involve a very hip looking greaser duck and sentient handheld gaming console. I'm looking at this extremely small and from extremely far away, and so I don't really know what's going on there. Also, deers. Aw, the little deer is so cute. Grog, okay. Doc says it's not that ham is a personal favorite, but apparently I'm a ham hinge between two others who love ham. Well, that's just as good a reason to make ham. Kaylee says my Lumia thing never came up, FYI, but I did get my hype train emote, so hopefully you got the bits. What did you... Oh. Did you do... Did you do disco mode? It will probably play. It will probably play.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen!
There we go! Grimace dance party. Absolutely. Thank you. And neither did Here for All of It. And Here for All of It.
Would you care for some tea?
Where did Ouye Boner Pit go? Where did it go? All right. So we're just gonna work through all the various things that folks redeemed. Thank you guys for the bits. It did eventually pop up. It's just that it's queued in Lumia. So because it involves lights, we're just gonna keep Festive lights, I guess, for a while. And then I guess we'll maybe play Ouye Boner Pit at some point. We can also do it. We can also do that manually. We can do that. Let me wait, maybe we can't do that. Can we scroll our channel points menu from here? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So Jane was finishing a book. Oh my gosh. How is that? How are you finishing a book? Wait, okay. This is like not, this is actually broken again. Okay, everything is broken. Why is everything broken? What book? Anyway, yeah. So which book did you read? We'll just wait for the things to cycle through, and hopefully, eventually, those will all pop up. Hopefully. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Let me. What am I doing? Here. No, it's not on there. Okay. You guys, I'm a disaster as usual. Such a disaster. Okay, so Jane says, anytime you like to support, tech support the jury. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. That is on my list. Now that I actually have like energy for things and brain power for doing things other than keeping myself alive, I would love that. Sorry about that. I opened my own stream and it was unmuted, and that's why everything is awful. What on earth? Why are you like this, Twitch? Why is everything constantly broken? Yeah, this isn't even Lumia. This is just Twitch. All right. Well, whatever. Okay. So, right. Okay, Jane was reading Iron Flame with the second Fourth Wing book. I had like 10 minutes left I had to finish. I don't know what that is. So I will have to look it up. I haven't read anything in like a really long time. Like really, really long time. Ash says Jeff Bezos is scrapped for cash. It's hard for him to fix things. Yeah. So the thing that's currently broken, that is currently vexing me, is that I still can't, like, periodically, like sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Most of the time I can't. I can't scroll anybody's channel point menus. Like, for whatever reason, it just won't let me scroll a channel point menu. And I really don't understand why. Like, it just won't let me scroll down. It's like really annoying. I just, why? No, I know it's not even just broken on my channel. It's like broken on everyone's channel. It's like, I can't do it. You know, the one place I can do it, the one place I can do it is actually on the perpetually broken mobile app. The perpetually broken mobile app can actually do things. Oh, Jesus. Everything is like, yeah. So the perpetually broken mobile app can actually do things.
Oh, yay, boner pit.
There's a new yay boner pit. Which may also just play again. I'm not really sure. Okay, so Mom says, I noticed there's an inordinate number of people walking dogs in front of the house this morning. Money in pajamas. The people, not the dogs, although that may yet happen. I think maybe folks are having a little too much family togetherness. The same dogs are being walked multiple times by different people. It could also be that there's just... the other thing that sometimes we'll take Chester out for is when everything's just a little too overwhelming for Chester, and he starts to expend his nervous energy in ways that are socially undesirable. Um, things like rooting through the bathroom trash and trying to eat the cookies that we put on top of the bed. That didn't actually happen this year, but it did happen one year when we had people over for like Christmas stuff. Jane says it's spicy fantasy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna actually literally write this down. Because spicy fantasy is 100% my jam. Fourth Wing books. And maybe actually that will get me back into reading something. That would be very exciting. Doc says the only trick I found is if you pop out the chat, it can scroll in the pop out. Okay, well, I'll try that. I'll try that next time. Kaylee says sometimes puppers get a bit overstimulated at the holidays, as do I. Yes. Snow, happy Christmas. It's good to see you. Yes. So, yeah, Chester once, it was the one time that we were truly in fear for, well, actually, now we have two. Getting a hold of the rechargeable battery kind of freaked me the fuck out. That freaked me out the other day. But the time that we had put extra Christmas cookies, we just ran out of space, and we were playing Dungeons and Dragons. There was no space in the kitchen because I had to cook. There was no space in the dining room table because we were playing D&D on it, and we just moved all of the cookies, all of the extra cookies, in their like Tupperware containers. Basically, some of them had tops on them, some of them didn't, onto the bed. So it was just sitting on the bed so that we had some place to put the cookies. Chester figured out that he could get into the bedroom. I don't know if he like was able to like use the little push down handle, or if we didn't close the door all the way and he just shoved it open with his nose. Chester went and picked up double chocolate peppermint cookies. These are cookies that are chocolate. They're cocoa cookies with chocolate chips in them and melted chocolate on the top, covered in candy canes. Okay, so too much sugar and too much chocolate for a dog. He got up on top of the bed, and the little freak had the gall to growl at us when we tried to take them away. He was like, no, my cookies. It's like the only one of 2 times he's ever tried to growl at me. I was like, please. Yeah, no, I just want to die via cocoa consumption. Chester. Ash says, to be fair, you left cookies on the bed. If there's cookies on your bed, I can't promise I'm not going after them too. Oh, peppermint pass. Yeah, they had peppermint on them. So right, yeah, yeah, he's an entire dog sometimes. Okay, so very, very quickly, I am going to give me 1 second here while I do a thing. I'm going to go put us on just a very quick BRB just because I am roasting like a Christmas ham in these pajamas, and I have to take this shirt off. I would do it in public, but one, Twitch doesn't like it when you take your top off in public. And two, I have to extricate myself from my mic, and I think it might be a delicate arrangement and it might make a lot of mic noise. And so I'm gonna just put us on a BRB really quick. And I have a tank top on underneath. I'm just gonna like figure this out off camera. And I will be right back, hopefully not actually dying from the heat. I'll see you in a minute. Hi, friends. Okay. I'm so much more comfortable. Thank you for that. Okay. Bumble, hello. Hello, awesome streamer. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you too. Welcome to here. I'm Leah Fireheart. It's nice to meet you. Um, okay, so Ash says, can't wait for my mom's cranberry white chocolate cookies to come in. Those sound delicious. Kaylee says, I've seen some things on Twitch that I'm surprised don't violate TOS. Ash says, I heard they updated TOS for artistic nudity. I don't know what's involved in that, but I saw Twitter fighting about it and I passed. I don't know if that's just drawing or modeling. I think it has to do with body painting. I think it has to do with body painting. What am I cooking today? I am cooking gingerbread ham. No, it's bourbon and ginger snap encrusted ham. We are making some extra fancy roast potatoes and some caramelized balsamic glazed Brussels sprouts, which is going to be our Christmas dinner. The ham has actually been in the oven for a couple of hours, and the reason is that the interesting part of this recipe happens halfway through the cooking, and I was like, I don't think I want to stream for 6 hours on Christmas. I don't think I want to do that. So it's been in the oven for 2 hours. And so yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do next. It should be ready to go. I had to up the temperature on the oven a little bit just to keep it to get it to temperature faster. But I think we might be just about ready to do that, which is why I've gone over to the food cam so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Also, you can do command recipe in the chat, and that will give you all of the recipes for all of the things I'm cooking today. Okay, so Kaylee says I keep seeing someone pop up on my homepage that does body painting on their breasts. Interesting. So the changes to Twitch TOS were supposed to prevent precisely that situation. Not because I think most people have an issue with it, but because some people have an issue with it. And so you're supposed to now label those things with adult content labels. Which literally the whole point of that at this point is to prevent those streams from appearing on people's homepages. Just because there's no avoiding it at that stage, right? You open up Twitch and suddenly there's painted boobs in your face. I mean, which honestly I have no problem with, but other people apparently do. Mom says Maggie ate an entire box of high cocoa truffles once. She was really hyper, but otherwise without lasting effect. Oh my gosh, Ash, what's complicated? What, our ham? Is our ham complicated? It's not that complicated, I promise. Right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Oh, wait, first, you guys, but before we do that, because I don't want to forget, before we do that, I don't know that this has sound. It was supposed to have sound, but I'm not sure it has sound. Well, the other thing that we ate this morning, so as our actual Christmas tradition, it's the only real Christmas food tradition that we have, is we made bananas Foster waffles for breakfast this morning, which involves flambeing the bananas. And I shared a picture of the finished product to Discord. And so I'm going to show you guys the actual fire part. If big flames bother you, maybe look away for about 30 seconds. Other than that, here we go. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah, there's no sound. Why is there no sound? That's so bizarre. It's a lot of fire. So much fire. Don't worry, I cleaned everything before I did fire. You hear sound. Why don't I hear sound? The monitor must not be on. That's fine. As long as you guys hear sound, that's good. Excellent. Love it. Right, so there was our breakfast. You can head to Discord if you want to see the eventual final result of that. Ash is just doing brown sugar, honey, and throw in the oven. Ash, that is closer to what I would probably do if I didn't have Dr. Andy in my life, but I do, thankfully. So we're doing ginger snap encrusted ham today. Yes, Leah, pour a fire. Although today I didn't pour any fire. I just lit the pan on fire. Amazing what a quarter cup of 151 proof rum will do. It is amazing, in fact, what a quarter cup of 151 proof rum will do. It causes a lot of fire. Okay, so let me actually throw the stove cam on real quick because I am gonna pull this out and we're just gonna test the temperature. Can I have a cursor? Computer? Is that a thing I can have? Is that mine for the taking? There we go. Okay, so there we go. So I'm gonna pull this out. And basically what it had us do was score the ham in inch segments. So that it did that. And we need to test the temperature of it. Oh, it was only supposed to be at 130 and now it's at 145. So, this is basically done, which is fine. It wants us to use tongs. I'm going to get a bowl here to take this fat cap off, essentially. Do I have the metal tongs? I don't think I do. I think those would work better. Maybe we'll use these, though. Is this going to come off? Maybe? We're supposed to pull these off so that because this is like... This is actually not working very well at all. Okay. Let's see if I can get some metal tongs. That might work better. They're probably in the dishwasher. Yes. Let me wash them. Give me a second. We also had bacon for breakfast this morning. So this is basically like just pork all the way down. And last night we had sausage rolls, which was also pork sausage. So basically we're just all completely porked for Christmas. I didn't really plan that, but that's like apparently the theme of the Christmas this year. This is a faulty process. This is not a process that is functional. Okay. So, rather than doing it their way, we will improvise. We will take our ham here. And we will get a knife and use a knife to cut all of that off. Actually, this knife, but I'm going to wash it. Okay, wait. Ash says I tried a shot of that once in college. I don't think my esophagus ever fully recovered. Ash, I don't recommend drinking it straight, although I understand why someone might do that in college. Rox says it's meant to be used as a mixer in other drinks, not to be taken straight. Precisely. Yeah, see, I mean, it's amazing what a good sharp knife will do. This is fine. This is going fine. So we're just going to cut this off instead of trying to pull it off with tongs the way it... Oops. We're just going to drop things all over the floor, apparently. That's a thing we can do. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, this is working fine. Do, 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 do. Chef Rick Samurai, hello and welcome. Thank you for the follow. Maybe you understand how I was supposed to be able to get this off with tongs, because that's not a thing that is happening. But welcome to here. Okay. Right. Now, let's put this back in the pan. Boop, 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 boop. Please. Just there. Right. Sorry. Just trimming up these little bits here. That does not want to come off, and I don't care. It's fine. All right. Oof. Okay. Jane says I successfully used my mandolin. That thing scares me. Well, congratulations. As long as you keep your fingers out of the way, it's not scary. I promise. Hello. Let's just put these all in a bowl. There's got to be something fun we can actually do with that. But potentially not today. Okay. So we've just got a whole heckin' ton of pork fat there that I'm sure we can find something fun to do at some point. Okay. So, right. So here's what we're doing. We are gonna get, wait, hold on. That's still hot. Let me not touch that. Even my baker's fingers will not allow me to touch that screaming hot pan. Okay, so, right. Let's just move this because the next thing we have to do is actually get some maple syrup. Boop. Some Dijon mustard or bourbon and a cup of crushed ginger snap cookies. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually weigh these. The fact that this doesn't already do this by weight is incredibly annoying to me. Let's try 8 ounces and see where that gets us. Perfect. Into the food processor with you to make ginger snap cookie crumbs. These are mostly pretty pulverized. There's a few little bits here and there that are not. Just gonna stir that around a little bit. Perfect. Lassie, hi! Oh my gosh, hi! It's so good to see you. Those are really good. This might be more than a cup, but I'm sure we can also find something good to do with ginger snap cookie crumbs. So that will get us close. Yeah, so it's a little bit more than a cup. Oops. Let's okay, so let's call that, it's 4.7 ounces. Let's call that 5 ounces of cookies. And I'll make that amendment to the recipe online because the fact that we have leftover cookie crumbs is silly. But as I said, we'll find something good to do with those at some later date. Let me just throw those in a container real quick to get them out of our way. Okay. At the very least, those would make a great topping for like truffles. We haven't done truffles, but I definitely could because those work really well with coconut milk. So that would be good. Okay, let me just move the scale. All right, okay. Vix, hi, how are you? Merry Christmas. Just popping in quickly to wish you a happy Christmas and looking forward to our next game. Always, always, always. It's nice to see you. Merry Christmas and thanks for popping in and saying hi. Dinner is ready. I'll take pics for you. Excellent, excellent. Put them in the food chat in Discord. Absolutely. Annika cried happy tears when she got her gift. Aw, what'd she get? I know you may have told us. I may remember. But just in case, what did she get? Okay, so now we have our ham. We're gonna get some maple syrup. It tells me belatedly in the recipe that I need to spritz the ham with the bourbon. I have no actually, hold on a second. I have no spritzer with which to spritz bourbon. The only thing that I have that sprays stuff is the thing I use to spritz my plants, and it has water in it. So yeah, I don't know about that. So here's what we're gonna do instead. We're gonna get a pastry brush here and a couple tablespoons here, and I think it says 2 tablespoons of bourbon. Yeah. So here's how we're gonna do this. Jane says I used the mandolin guard and was really careful because one time I didn't win, and we don't need that again. Yes, if you're gonna use a mandolin, use the guard for sure. And be very, very careful. Most holiday food accidents, like most holiday accidents, happen in the kitchen. Lots of knife cuts, lots of burns. So if you're cooking today, please be careful. Right, so we're just gonna paint this with bourbon. It also wanted me to paint it with bourbon after doing the maple syrup and the mustard, and I was like, no. So we're gonna do it before. Maybe we'll just pour it over. I think that'll be good. Okay, so then the next thing it wants me to do is the maple syrup. It's the dregs of this bottle. And then the next bottle. A Hyundai Ioniq 5 for her Massachusetts adventures. Awesome. That's fantastic. That will be so great. And having a car her freshman year will make her so popular. Not that she wouldn't be popular anyway. Because she sounds tremendous. And I think anyone would want to be her friend. I just remember how valuable it was to be able to, like, actually go somewhere in a car when I was in school. Oops. Dripping maple syrup everywhere. That's fine. Including on my phone. I'm sure that's fine. So we're going to paint the ham with maple syrup. Should probably flip it over and do the other side too. I don't think it mattered so much with the bourbon, but Grog says oh, Kaylee says I already burned my thumb and I haven't even started Christmas dinner. It was making a bagel. Yeah, bagels say Grog says bagels really retain heat, don't they? Voice of experience. Yes. I don't know. I don't typically burn myself with bagels. The thing that I tend to burn myself with are when I put a pan in the oven. And then forget that the pan has been in the oven. And then grab it by the handle. That's the thing I do. I've never I'm not I don't know why, but we weren't particularly a ham family growing up. I remember a lot more turkey than ham. And okay, so let's see. Yeah, I remember a lot more turkey than ham. And so I don't recall ever really making like glazing ham before. And then Grog and I did one year that was really good, but I don't remember what we did to it. Grog, do you remember what we did to that ham? It might be in one of the tiki books. Okay, I need a knife. Lassie says she has a different one. She had a different one. She outgrew it, literally. So we had to get her something more SUV. That makes sense. She is very tall. Kaylee says I actually flinched when I touched the bagel and burned my thumb on the inside of the toaster. Oh no, so it was a chain reaction of bad choices. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I totally get that. And Jane's very close to being done with all the kitchen thingies. Congratulations. Sorry. Okay, so this goes in here. I would use the the yellow mustard with this, but every once in a while, when the yellow mustard is used in quantity, it produces kind of a bitter aftertaste that I'm not a huge fan of, and so I wanted to just go ahead and do what it said to do for this, because otherwise we run the risk of being unhappy with Christmas dinner. We don't want that. All right, let me just quickly flip this over. Because I feel like there's a lot of ginger snap dust here. Way more ginger snap dust than we want for the top of this ham. So let's go ahead and throw some ginger snap dust on here. And then we'll throw way more on the other side. I feel like it is kind of wet. What the hell is going on here? Dab dry with paper towels. I kind of feel like this is just like more liquid than is supposed to be in here. I'm gonna go ahead and drain it off. All right. And then flip this back over. Oh dear. All right. Ninja! Pizza coming out of the oven any minute. All right. Well, you lurk until pizza. But hi, happy holidays. Hi, Ninja. It's really good to see you. Jane says I'm making a cheese sauce right now, and I'd really just like to eat it with a spoon. Hashtag relatable. Cheese sauce is delicious. So we're gonna let like pat that so that it like adheres to some of these like side parts. Yeah, so this is like a heckin' good gingerbread crust. I am on board so far. All right. And then we are going to return this ham to the oven. I believe uncovered. It was covered before. Yeah, preheated oven, 350 degrees. Bake until it reaches 140 degrees, which was actually where it was at when we pulled it out, because it was in there for a while, because I'm on Twitch and we chat for a while. It says 30 to 60 minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and basically warm it up more for 30 minutes while we start some of these other things. That now needs to go in the wash, which is fine. Okay. What is everyone else, if you are celebrating, what are you, I understand some of the things that Jane is having. I understand some of the things that Kaylee has already had. But what is everyone else having for Christmas food? Christmas feasts, as it were. Or if it's just Monday for you, what are you having for Monday dinner? I like knowing what people are eating. Because I'm nosy. All right, Lassie is having basically the same as yesterday, which was, it sounded amazing. I know you had beignets and hot chocolate, and then something else that sounded really good that I wanted. I don't remember. Ash says ham, sweet potato pie, maybe deviled eggs. Deviled eggs. Dr. Andy's having so many leftovers. Yeah, you mentioned that on stream today. That was funny. Kaylee says later I'm making roast beef with potatoes and veggies and Yorkshire puddings. I've never made Yorkshire puddings. Mom says veggie lasagna is about to go in the oven. Had to defrost some sauce. Came up short. Oh no. Sorry to hear that. The pastry ham and mashed potatoes. That did sound so good. That sounded really good. Yeah, so that's nice if you can like have the same thing for Christmas dinner that you had for Christmas Eve. We have done that in the past. And in fact, I was supposed to make Scotch eggs last night and that didn't quite work out the way I intended. So instead I made sausage rolls, which is our usual standby Christmas Eve food. And we have plenty. So many sausage rolls. In fact, we might at some point, I'm not hungry yet, but I don't know if Grog is hungry. But at some point we might throw some of those in the oven and have sausage roll for lunch. Um, Grog could eat. Okay. Jane says my prime rib with au gratin potatoes, rolls, and hopefully some other great sides, but I'm not in charge of those, so I'm not sure what they are. Yes, you have your prime rib with your petty potatoes. I'm very pleased. That actually sounds delicious. Um, Kaylee says technically Salty will be doing the Yorkshire puddings part. That's his usual contribution, as well as peeling potatoes. So I've never made them either. Yeah, I've never made them. I've never made any kind of like popover like that. They're one of those things that like I like the thing, but I don't particularly like the thing that people typically do with them, which is to like pile the rest of their plate on top of them and eat it all at once and serve it with gravy and stuff. That's not my jam. I'm not quite a give me a divided toddler plate eater, but I'm also not a like put everything all on my fork at once and put it in my mouth eater. I like to kind of have a bite of things at a time, if that makes sense. um Also, we are in fact at the 1 hour mark of our show today. And so before we move on to getting some of the sides, starting to get some of the side stuff prepped, I am going to go ahead and run a little ad break. This will be 3 minutes, count them, 3 minutes of ads. For those of you who are not subscribed, you may see some advertisements. This is what keeps the channel ad free during the bulk of the show and keeps pre-roll ads from appearing for new folks coming into the channel. So if you will hang in there for 3 more minutes, I promise I will be back soon. For those of you who are subscribed, there will be some little something or other up on the TV, up on the screen for you to watch that is outside of, the usual content. And then we'll be right back. So thanks for hanging out. And we're back. Hi there. Hi. Hello. Um I missed some chat while I was gone. Um so let's see. Jane says I'm absolutely give me a toddler plate kind of girl. I like to mix some things, but I want full control. Yes. Yes, please. Kaylee eats the Yorkshire puddings with gravy, but not with everything else together, just adjacent to everything. Ninja says, I think that covers it, and hopefully I translated shit correctly. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, but I also hope you translated shit correctly. What are you talking? Translated pizza correctly? Is that what you're talking about? So we're actually just gonna kind of like get started on some of these sides. I'm not gonna finish everything, you guys. I'm just gonna kind of like, just prep some stuff. So we're going to do some mise en place. We're going to wait for the ham to come out because I want to see what it looks like on stream. But I think I'm just going to do some prep because the thing is like the Brussels sprouts are actually best like served hot, like right when you finish them. And we're not going to eat dinner yet. We're not going to eat dinner until like dinner time, until like 6 o'clock our time. And it's only 1. So yeah, so I think probably we will wait for the ham to come out and do some prep work here. So these potatoes, you guys, I was talking about Poppy Cooks, and I found her on Instagram. I think Corey may have also found her on Instagram. She does have a website where she has like all of her potato recipes, and she's basically like, I guess like the potato queen of Great Britain. She has so many cool recipes. I think the 15-hour potato thing was kind of popularized by her, by like TikTok, but also like I think that was kind of where it originated. I've never made that. I don't know that I ever will. I mean, maybe if I want like a super heckin' project, like over the course of several days, that might be fun. I don't know. I am kind of thinking about next year a little bit and what I want to do, like from a streaming perspective. And I do enjoy making our dinners, for example. I do just kind of enjoy this, right? Where I'm just making the thing that we intend to eat over the course of the next day or two. But I also kind of like, we early on in the channel, we did more like weird projects, like things that I wasn't sure were going to work out. Like we experimented with deep frying, which now I just basically know how to do and isn't really an experiment anymore. And so I think it would be fun to like do like cool new different things. Okay, so Ash has to do stuff, so I'll be less around for a while. Have fun. Your message wasn't sent. I don't know. Okay, so potatoes. You covered your potatoes and translated potatoes correctly. In French, it's pomme de terre. Ash, enjoy doing your stuff. Thank you for hanging out with us. I hope your meal goes very well. It sounds like it's going to be terrific, and I have every faith in you. So, good luck and Merry Christmas again. Okay, so let me just go ahead and do these potato things. She wants me to add a stock cube, which I'm actually not going to do because I don't have any. But we're going to boil these potatoes before we roast them, which is kind of an interesting thing that she does. Oh, thank goodness you copied it. Okay, good. Lassie says, question, lumpy mashed potatoes or smooth? I don't mind a few lumps here and there in my mashed potatoes. In fact, I even kind of enjoy not skinning them. So I enjoyed like not peeling them so that they're more like smashed potatoes than mashed potatoes. Oh golly. Wow, there are strong opinions in the chat to the contrary though. Oh dear. Ninja says Lassie smooth is the only correct answer. Kaylee says smooth for the win. Oh dear, have I alienated everyone? I possibly have. All right, so they want us to start with cold water here. I actually feel like this water is looking a little starchier than I want, and so I think I might just like rinse them and then... Hold on a second. Let me just rinse these quickly. And I'm just gonna fill up the water again. You guys, I know, I'm being picky, but it's Christmas, so I'm allowed. Jane says lumpy, please. Okay, and Lassie says I'm with Leah, a few lumps. Ninja says my poor mother who spent all of the 23rd peeling 6 kilos of potatoes. Ninja, that's so many potatoes. Why are there so many potatoes? How many people are you having over for dinner? 6 kilos of potatoes? Wait, is this like for like a hotel? Help. That's isn't it like 2.2 pounds per kilogram? That's 12 point a lot kilos. That's like a half of a 25-pound bag of potatoes. I know what a 25-pound bag of potatoes looks like, and that's a lot. Kaylee says I'm okay with a few lumps too, not super picky with potatoes, but I do prefer them smooth. Ninja says FYI, that's 13.2 pounds for potatoes. Thank you for doing that math for me while I belatedly attempted to do it in my head. Let me count, because we had a big family Christmas. Oh, so you finished already. Okay. Is that why you're eating a pizza? Did you not get enough potatoes? Did everyone else eat your potatoes? All right. So I put a bunch of salt in there. Maybe not a bunch of salt. Maybe not enough salt, because she said to put a bunch of salt. So let's put a little bit more salt. And we're going to bring to the boil for 7 to 10 minutes. Drain and steam in the colander that they were strained into. Okay. She wants us to steam them, drain them into a colander, and then put a tea towel over them and steam them. This is like so new to me. This is like advanced potato here, from what I understand, because this person is like literally the expert of the entire internet on potatoes. Ninja says the only thing left was like 2 duck thighs. Everything else was devoured. I think we were 15 people. That is so many people. Okay, now I understand why you needed so many potatoes. But also that's like almost a pound of potatoes per person, plus everything else. Oh, but you have a very large family. You've talked about how large your family is. I mean, like personally large, like how tall they are. So I would imagine maybe they eat a lot of potatoes. All right, and now we're gonna dice a shallot because we can. Also, you guys, look at these shallots. I got these shallots from Imperfect Foods. I knew I was gonna do this. I mean, I knew I was gonna need some shallots because it's one of the weird things that I just keep on hand, because it's like the kind of thing that I will add to like salad dressings and stuff. But like, this is the size of a goddamn onion. This is a normal shallot. These are like gigantic mutant shallots. What the hell is with the mega shallots? Yeah, this is like a megalodon except a shallot. Oh, speaking of megalodons, you guys, I got 2 different onesies for Christmas. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I've maybe potentially possibly just given you a hint. I got 2 different onesies for Christmas. So at some point we'll do onesie streams. I don't know under what context we're going to do this, but there will be onesie streams in my future. And yours too, should you choose to accept the challenge of watching me cook in a onesie, or game in a onesie, frankly. Actually, that might actually be more comfortable. Because it is freaking hot in here, and the idea of wearing a onesie under all these lights with the oven going is a little bit intimidating. I don't actually want to die from heat stroke. Ninja says, yeah, and it was not just family. It was my brother's girlfriend, my mom's fiance, and his son, and all the family that could be there. That's a lot of family. That looks like a butt. Yeah, it did, didn't it? I was trying not to say that, but you did, so I didn't have to worry about it. Lassie says, my cousin got 20 pounds of potatoes to make mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving. No one knows why. How many potatoes did they actually end up making? You know, one of the things that happens at Thanksgiving, and when I have hosted Thanksgiving in the past myself, one of the things that happens is that, like, I look at a thing and I'm like, is this thing enough for all the people who are going to come? Not really thinking about the fact that there's all these other things that are going to be on the table. And so people are going to have potentially smaller servings of all of the things than one might typically expect to have at a regular dinner where there weren't quite so many other things. And so I end up making more of everything than I really need. These shallots are super heckin' cry-worthy. That is a lot of tears. I'm not a fan. Hold on a second. Let me get a small bowl. So I kind of understand the overbuying of potatoes or the overproducing of potatoes for a holiday, but also like 20 pounds of potatoes is a lot of potatoes. Like I said, I know what a 25-pound bag of potatoes looks like, and that's a lot of potatoes. I'm going to throw tea towel over the top of this because I can't cope with the smell of that. And rinse my knife. Okay. I feel like also maybe I'm actually going to wash this. I'm just going to wipe it. Doesn't really need to be washed. It just needs to be wiped down. Okay. Lassie says I think he used all the potatoes. I don't know. There was so much. Mom says I'm right about portions of the holidays. Yeah, and I just, it's so hard not to like, I want to make sure that everybody gets all of everything. Yes, exactly, Kaylee. I am a crying little cloud. And what's making me cry is shallots. Okay, Ninja says I'm going to eat and chill because I'm still smashed AF from 2 days of constant social interactions. Also relatable, but thank you so much for stopping in. It's really good to see you. And I'm really glad. It sounds like you're having a really good holiday. And I hope you get some rest after all of that excitement. Okay, so what else am I doing? I chopped up shallots. I have to chop up 3 garlic cloves, apparently. Yes. And herbs. You know, it was actually super perfect. So our friend Call Me Corey, I went to see her yesterday because I had to drop off. Oh, by the way, you guys, do you remember the pie that I made on Friday? That cherry pie that I made on Friday? That cherry pie, I couldn't say it at the time, but that was a Christmas gift for our friend Call Me Corey. And I hope that it has been consumed at this stage. But if not, I assume it will be consumed soon. And I was very glad to pass that along yesterday. But while we were there, in addition to getting some gifts of my own, I also picked up some rosemary, which I didn't realize that I would need, but I do have this recipe that I decided to make today. And it calls for rosemary. And so we have Corey's still extant in late December. Fresh rosemary to put on our Christmas potatoes, which is very exciting. We did buy thyme at the grocery store though. Mom says I was in her stream yesterday and she was so excited about the pie. Yes, I had something else that I had to do at that time. I had a previous holiday engagement, so I was only kind of in and out of Corey's stream. I was mostly lurking the whole time, so I didn't actually see pie excitement. But she did tell me that she was excited about the pie, and I think pie was in her stream title, so that'll give you a sense. So I'm glad that was appreciated, although I have to say I was actually surprised at how easy that was. I mean, not to say that, I mean, I've made pies before, obviously, right? But most of the time when I'm making a pie, it's within the context of a holiday. So there's 30,000 million, bazillion, gajillion other things going on. The other time when I've made pie is at work. When I was working for the bakery, at Thanksgiving, people would order pies, and we produced I mean, God, I don't know, like 1,500 pies over the course of like 5 days. It was ridiculous with so many pies. And so in my head, pie is difficult. Pie is difficult. Pie is time consuming. Pie is a pain in my butt. But actually, as it happened, using pre-bought, like pre-made store-bought filling and just making a pie crust and then baking the pie, super heckin' simple. So easy, so fast. Yeah, so I was actually very pleased with that. And I might do that again in the future because how nice would it be to just have kind of like a, I don't know, like a berry pie or something just hanging around. So we might do that more often. Okay, so tea towel, baking tray, potatoes are ready. Give them a shake. Shallots, garlic, and herbs. Add the shallot and garlic to the pan, reduced by half. Reduce the shallots and garlic to the pan and reduce by half. Huh. Don't know what that means. Fascinating. Yeah, very confusing. But shallots and garlic are going together so that they can go in the same bowl, and that would be fine. Okay. Kaylee says, I got up too early. I need a quick nap before I cook. Have a good day. All right. Bye, Kaylee. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for saying hi. Merry Christmas. I hope all of your cooking later goes well. And I hope you get a nice little restful nap. Love you. Wait, Mom says, how much time did you buy? An hour a week. Oh my God. I don't expect this out of you, Mom. I'm disappointed. Some random geek. Hi. Hello, lads, lasses, and NB badass. It's good time zone. All good time zone. I very much enjoyed watching your stream yesterday. You guys, if you're not yet following Some Random Geek, hold on a second. Let me give you a quick shout out. I had so much fun watching you play yesterday. Some Random Geek is a Fortnite friend, and I watched Some Random Geek play Fortnite yesterday with some of our. So I follow a guy on YouTube called Toby1 Shinobi, and it's his Discord that I call my Fortnite Discord. It's the only Fortnite Discord that I'm in. But I watched Geek play with some of the other members of the Fortnite Discord. They were so good. They won so many matches. I was so proud of them. And you guys, I didn't realize, but Geek is like a heckin' amazing sniper. It's so good. Joe, oh my gosh, hi. How are you? Thank you for the raid. Also Shin, hi, before all of the excitement really kicks in. It's so good to see you. Hi, Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. Hello. Okay, I can't actually read any of this because I was cutting onions. Kildion, Cyrelli, I can't, oh gosh, I really can't read that. Joe, hi. FL Boy can scrap, hi. It's really good to see you guys. Joe, what were you up to today? Hold on a second. I'm not sure what my moderators are up to at the moment, so let me go ahead and give you a quick shout out. It is Christmas, and so everybody's kind of like at loose ends. Fitness and health. Oh, were you doing a workout? Oh my goodness, that's dedication. You guys, Cool Runnings, aka Joe, super heckin' lovely guy. Runs a wonderful stream where he does inclusive fitness and nutrition. And it's just it's just a genuinely fantastic place for really literally anyone to just hang and vibe and get a little bit of inspiration for some healthy living. Amorous, oh my gosh, hi. yes. Yeah, Joe and I know each other through Brigitte, actually through Byron Mask. And I think Brigitte met Joe through some of our other Welsh friends, so I think that's where that connection came from. But it's like a completely roundabout, so it's fun to see you here. Santa gains today. Thank you for the warm reception. Thought I would bring folks over here to see some good eats. Yes, we chopped potatoes and we've got a ham in the oven, but right now there's nothing exciting happening on screen. Hello. Hope your holidays are going well too, Amorous. It's good to see you. So we're today we are making gingerbread ham, which is a redeem from actually Amorous and I's mutual friend, Dr. Andy 23. I was challenged to make a gingerbread ham without any kind of context. So that's what we're doing today. It ended up being a bourbon ginger snap encrusted ham that we're going to have for our Christmas dinner, as well as some extra fancy roast potatoes from Poppy Cooks on Instagram, and caramelized balsamic glazed Brussels sprouts. Stick close if those things sound interesting. Or if you have to run like Joe does, just hit command recipe, and it'll give you all of the recipes for all of the things that we're making today if you need inspiration for your own holiday dinners or other future upcoming events, because these are all sort of fancy recipes that are fun to make for holidays. But yes, go de-stream, get settled, have a shower and a breather. And it's really lovely to see you, and thank you again for the raid. I appreciate it. Right. But if you don't know me, if you're just coming here with Joe, oh my gosh, you guys, it's like I don't even know how to do this. Right. I'm Leah Fireheart. I do mostly cooking here on this channel. We do all kinds of typically fairly easy recipes with the time, tools, energy, and ingredients that we have. And then also do some gaming. So right now we're playing Hades, but that usually happens on Fridays. My regular stream schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays and Fridays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, and Thursdays from 10:30 to 2:30. And you should come on back and drop a follow if that all sounds fun to you. While I figure out what's going on behind me, I'm going to play a little raid video. It's a minute long. Our mutual friend, Byron Mask, made the video, so it's really good. It's really funny, and I promise you'll enjoy it. I'll be right back.
My time, talking about my time, my time.
Not only sticky, I'm covered in whiskey. I smell delicious.
I know, right?
Behave. It was a little dangerous.
Stab, 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 stab.
Behave harder. I have a moment alone with my burger. Right. So, yeah, usually I'm a little bit more formally attired than I am today. Today was Christmas pajama day, but I had to take the top off because I was too hot. Yeah, so that is the shenanigans that we get up to here. If that looks fun to you, feel free to drop a follow and come on back on a day that's not, Christmas. But again, thank you so much, Joe, for the raid. I appreciate it. And I hope you are having a lovely rest of your day, lovely rest of your holiday, and that all of you are if you're not celebrating, at least having a good Monday. Right. So we have a ham, you guys. It's I tested the temperature when we got when I pulled it out, and this is what a ginger snap encrusted ham looks like. So that's that. I honestly, like, I looked at the recipe, I looked at the pictures, I was like, okay, so this is how this is gonna be. And this is how it is. It looks exactly like I was expecting. I would imagine it's going to taste exactly like I was expecting, because it's not actually a very complicated flavor profile. It's maple syrup, mustard, bourbon, and ginger snaps, which are like just gingery. I kind of want to carve a piece off, but it's supposed to rest for half an hour, so I think I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It smells good. There's like nothing in that, like, that the realm of those flavors that struck me as being, complicated or difficult. So I'm excited that seems like it's gonna be good. Okay, some random geek has a joke for us. This is always good. I'm either gonna laugh really hard or roll my eyes, or possibly both. And now, time for a joke from me. Here it is. I was sitting in traffic the other day, probably why I got run over. I actually like that one. That was actually really good. Oh, geek, you're great. You're really good. I really enjoy having you around. Okay, so I also tested the potatoes. So I turned the potatoes off because the potatoes are done. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain these. And then what it wants me to do is throw a tea towel over the top. And steam them dry. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna do that. Does it say for how long? Tea towel on top and leave for 10 minutes. All right, cool. In that time, preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius fan, 400 degrees Celsius gas, 6. I just love these British recipes. I just like, come on, really? All right, so 400 degrees. I think we're actually currently still set at 350. So let me just adjust that. And then it says a baking tray with half the oil into the oven. So we're going to use 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Okay. I actually don't have vegetable oil. I have canola oil. And I'm going to go ahead and just put aluminum foil on top of this. Your reactions are the best. I'm glad. Yeah, that one was actually genuinely funny. I also have a pun counter, and the puns are usually what make me roll my eyes. That one was good. I was sitting in traffic the other day. Probably why I got run over. There's a dryness to that appeals to me. I feel like I actually am kind of feeling like I might. Once the potatoes are ready, carefully add them to the hot oil. Pour the rest of the oil into an oven-proof dish and get that in the oven too. 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, give the potatoes a shake and return to the oven for 20 minutes. We boiled for 7 minutes. We're going to cook them for another 50 minutes. This recipe is extremely confusing to me. Also, I'm probably going to do this later because I feel like these are going to be best like hot out of the oven because it wants me to shake some wine over the top of them. And so I kind of feel like we might actually be done for the day. Because I don't necessarily want to do the balsamic glazed Brussels sprouts either, because I want to do those later when we're actually going to eat. And the main point to today, anyway, was the ham, which is done and looks delicious. I'm just going to see, I want to kind of like carve a little piece off and just try it. And I have a knife. So I'm just going to like cut a little end off here. Because it's actually supposed to rest for half an hour. But I do want to see if this is any, like, if this is any good. Like, if this is, like, better than your typical ham would be. I need a fork or something, because this is not going to work. Okay. So, here is... Oh, wait. Let me just move this. Put that underneath here. So this is our little ham. There's, I mean, it's clearly cooked through. And then, like, the nice, like, caramelization on it from the maple syrup, probably. Just gonna, like, taste this. I really like this. It's it's very salty, and we didn't put any additional salt on it. But holy heck, actually this is really good. I mean, like I said, I wasn't particularly concerned about it not tasting good just because of like the things that are in it are all things I like. So why wouldn't it be good? Yum. Yeah, I don't know if you can really tell in the pan, but it's a good color too. Yeah. Honestly, that's good stuff. One of my tea towels is over the top of my onions. The other one is over the top of my potatoes. Leaves me without tea towels. You guys, I really like that. I mean, I don't know that I would say that it's like superior to a simpler method. Like there's lots of good ways of cooking ham, of just like glazing a ham. Probably a lot of them involve maple syrup and bourbon. But not that was that complicated. I mean, like it took 5 minutes to like score the top, and then like 2 hours to like do. But I mean, the time is going to be the time, no matter what recipe you use. No, it wasn't chicken cordon bleu. It was crap. Oh, hold on. It was oh heck, coq au vin. Thank you, Brigitte. I appreciate that. Yeah, the coq au vin was also delicious, but that legitimately was complicated. That was like 5 or 6 hours of like hands-on time. Now, granted, if you already had the brown chicken stock, it might take a little less time, but like there was just a lot of components to that just took a really long time. And that was worth it. This was definitely easier than that. It was mostly hands-off time. And then the thing that I like about the thing I kind of like about it is that you can do a lot of it kind of early. And then if you wanted to finish it in the oven for the last 30 minutes, you could probably do that a little bit later in the day. So if you were like trying to do something where you were having people over at like, 4 o'clock or something, and then having dinner at 5, like you could just kind of like throw it in the oven at 4 to finish cooking at 4. Recipes like that are nice. And the ham has so much fat that it's probably not going to dry out, right? The brown chicken stock made it, as I recall. It totally did. It totally did. But now the good thing is that because I liked the brown chicken stock so much, I stock that. I make brown chicken stock and I leave it in the freezer. And so I wouldn't have to do that again if I wanted to make it again. But there were also other little things that you had to do that were just time consuming. And it didn't look complicated. Like when I read the recipe, I was like, oh, this is all very straightforward. You do this and then you do that and then you do that. It was just, there were so many thises and that's that it took a really long time. So don't do that for a holiday. It's just too much. Unless you have a cook and someone else can do it for you, and then absolutely do anything you want. Right. That's looking very festive. Thank you, Andy. Hi. Yes, I took my pajama top off because I got too hot. It was entirely too warm in here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the oven for the moment because I think we're going to go ahead and get raided out here in a minute. Mainly because at some point we're going to have to have more ads. And so I think that's going to do it for us today, because I don't want to do the potatoes or the Brussels sprouts. I think those are going to be better like fresh out of the oven when we want to eat. And I don't want to eat until like normal dinner time. So it's going to be like another 2 hours or 3 hours. Has Chester had many presents? Chester has not. Chester had bacon this morning. Chester got a new toy, but we ordered it too late for it to come on Christmas. So Chester doesn't get a new toy. So here, Andy, why don't we give Chester a treat just for you? A Christmas treat. free of charge. Hey, Bubs. Hey, Chester. Hey, doggy. Do you want treats? Chester, he's absolutely, completely asleep. He is entirely asleep. Do you want treats? You want treats? You want this? Come on, come get it. Come on, come over here. All right, come here, Bubs. Sit. Sit. Paw. Other paw. Oh, good boy. Down. Down. You know down. There you go. So smart. So smart, boy. Okay, up. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Oh, you're such a good boy. Say hi to Andy. Say thank you, Andy. There is Chester. Yes, Merry Christmas, Chester. All right. Let us raid out of stock. What, really? Do I have that turned off? Like, were you going to request that we raid someone in particular? I didn't think that should be turned on. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I did have a raid person in mind. That's so weird. It should be working and I don't know why it wouldn't be. It is turned on. That's so bizarre. But I do have a person. I have a person in mind, but it's out of stock. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I will add that to my list of Dr. Andy tech support requests because I don't know why that wouldn't be working. It should be working just fine. Right. So that's our potato alarm. Let me just de-steam the potatoes here. Oh, that's interesting. It's quite wet. I'm actually feeling a little bad that I don't want to finish these potatoes because I think they'd be really interesting, but they're going to take like another hour and that's just like more than I want to do right now. Yes, Andy, enjoy the rest of your day. And sorry about that, Lassie. I'll look into that before tomorrow and see if we can figure out why that's not working. Jane, thank you for hanging out. It's lovely to have you around. Merry Christmas. You guys, I'm sure we'll get into this at some point over the course of the next week, but I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. I can't even say how much it means to me that y'all want to come here and hang out with me on like for most, like for people who celebrate Christmas, it's kind of like a big family day, and I appreciate that you guys like coming here and hang out enough that you wanted to come out and hang out while you're doing your cooking or doing whatever in between the things that you're doing today. It's just really lovely and flattering, and I think it's just nice that all of you are here with me sharing my holiday, because y'all are the people that I spend the most time with. I mean, except for Grog and Chester and probably Brigitte, honestly. Maybe Dez. I spend a lot of time with Dez too. We play a lot of Fortnite. But yeah, aside from that, it means a lot to be able to share this with all of you. And I'm really glad that we got to do one of the set the menu redemptions on such a fun day in such a fun way. Thank you so much again to Dr. Andy and to Cool Runnings for the raids. Thank you to all of you for the new follows and the bits and the resubscriptions and the gift subscriptions. I appreciate you guys so much. You make I want to say my job here. It's not a job, it's a hobby, but you make the sustainability of the hobby possible, so that when I have things that I need to do and get for stream, that I can just do that without sort of significantly impacting the household budget. So I appreciate that. Thank you for the follow. Dr. Andy says, thank you for the hamspiration. Well, thank you for the hamspiration. You were the hamspiration. I just fleshed it out a little bit. It's a collaborative effort. Geek, thank you for following. I mean, thank you for coming to hang out. And I'm glad you caught the stream this time too. Thank you for that silly joke that made me laugh. Right. So I am going to go ahead and raid. We are going to head off to a raid. We actually are going to go raid Chef John. I know Chef John is in the middle of omakase prep in addition to Christmas meal prep. And he has been going hard for the last like 48 hours. So I would love for all y'all to come over and say hey to Chef John with me. He is a terrific, high energy, incredible chef. Actually trained, unlike me. He's really, really lovely. He's fun to hang out with. He's very LGBTQ friendly. And so he's one of my favorite food and drink streamers currently. So let's go ahead and do that. But first of all, thank you to all of my moderators, including Grognard Gourmand, who unbeknownst to you all did some dishes while we were on break, which I appreciate so much. Des Dabbles, who is not streaming today but should be streaming on Wednesday, so follow her to catch her when she next goes live. To Byron Mask, thank you very much for hanging out with us today and moderating the stream. I appreciate it. I know it's Christmas and that was a lot to ask, but thank you. I appreciate it. And Dr. Andy 23, who was today playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, but tomorrow at 7 o'clock we'll be doing the Sonic High School retrospective. It's going to be a whole time, you guys. If you like things that are a whole time, drop Dr. Andy a follow. Come hang out with us tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern. I don't know how to explain this or describe this. Better to just come and see it for yourself. Right. So let's do this. Let's do this. I also have socials. I am on Instagram, Threads, and Discord. I will post pictures of our holiday plate once all of that is all plated up and getting ready to go. And so yeah, we will go ahead and post those on Instagram and Discord and all those places. So follow me there if you want to see the completed meal when we actually eat it. Let's go ahead and get that raid set up. Chef John Young. Yeah, the channel is intended for mature audiences, so that's not your jam. I totally understand. No worries. But do please grab one of these raid messages if you are able. Because I would love to show Chef John some love today on this Christmas day. Woohoo. Amazing. Okay, what did I do here? I accidentally pinned a message. That's fine. Whatever. Let me also give John a shout out just in case anyone gets left behind on the raid, as sometimes happens. Currently just chatting. Okay, whatever. Right. But yes, so let's go see Chef John. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming to hang out with me on Christmas. I appreciate it. I don't know entirely what's going on for the rest of the week. I do think I'll stream tomorrow, but who knows? I'm operating Sun's schedule right now.
Let the disco happen!
Thank you, Brigitte, sending us out with a party. It's a Christmas party. Wait, kind of. It's just our regular party. Woo. Oh, I pinned that myself because I'm a dang silly goose. Right, there we go. So now I can actually see the... Whatever, fine.